Have you ever wondered about the significance of the 12 stones in the Jordan River mentioned in the Bible? It's a story that's as old as time, yet still captivates our imagination today. Picture this: Joshua, a leader of unmatched courage and faith, standing on the banks of the Jordan River. Now, why would he place 12 stones there, you might ask? These stones were not just ordinary rocks. No, they were chosen with a purpose and placed with intention. Each one represented the 12 tribes of Israel, a symbol of unity and a testament to their shared journey. But that's not all. These stones were also a physical reminder of a pivotal moment in history when the Israelites crossed over into the Promised Land. Yes, there's more to these stones than meets the eye. So, are you ready to dive deeper into this fascinating tale? Join us as we unravel the tale of these 12 stones and their remarkable significance. Imagine being Joshua, leading the Israelites on a journey to the Promised Land. This wasn't just any journey, it was a journey marked by faith, courage, and the promise of a divine covenant. The Israelites had reached the banks of the Jordan River. The river was in full flood, an obstacle seemingly impossible to cross, yet they had faith in the divine promise, and under Joshua's leadership, they prepared to cross. Then, something miraculous happened. As the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant stepped into the water's edge, the river parted. Yes, just like the Red Sea had parted for Moses, the Jordan River parted for Joshua and the Israelites. They crossed on dry ground, an entire nation walking through the riverbed, with walls of water held back on either side. Now picture Joshua in the midst of this miracle. He understood the importance of remembering God's acts of deliverance. So he made a decision to create a physical reminder of this miracle. He instructed 12 men, one from each tribe of Israel, to pick up a stone from the middle of the riverbed. These weren't just any stones, they were stones from the very heart of the miracle, from the dry riverbed where water had flowed just moments before. They carried these stones to the other side, and under Joshua's direction, they set up a memorial. 12 stones standing tall in the Promised Land, each stone a testament to a tribe, to an act of faith, to a miracle witnessed. They stood as a reminder for generations to come, of the time when the Jordan River parted, when they crossed on dry ground, when they stepped foot into the Promised Land. So the 12 stones stood in the river, silent witnesses to a miraculous event. But what exactly did they signify? The number 12 has a special significance in the Bible, doesn't it? It's a number that appears over and over again. 12 sons of Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples of Jesus. It represents completeness, wholeness, and God's power and authority. And so, when we turn our gaze to the 12 stones placed in the Jordan River by Joshua, we can start to see their profound significance. Each of these stones represented one of the 12 tribes of Israel. These tribes, the descendants of Jacob's 12 sons, were not just families, they were nations, cultures, a diverse yet unified people chosen by God. Each stone stood for a tribe, a history, a lineage, and a future. But these stones signified more than just the tribes. They were a tangible, enduring reminder of God's faithfulness and power. Picture this: the Israelites, standing on the cusp of the Promised Land after years of wandering in the wilderness, watching as the waters of the Jordan River miraculously stop flowing. They cross over on dry ground, stepping into the promise that God had made to their ancestors. And there, in the midst of the riverbed, Joshua places 12 stones. These stones, standing firm in the riverbed, were a memorial to this miraculous event. They were a testament to the faithfulness of a God who delivers on his promises. They were a symbol of the power of a God who can halt the flow of a river and lead his people into a land of abundance. And every time the Israelites saw these stones, they were reminded of this moment. They were reminded of their journey, their deliverance, and the faithfulness of their God. The stones served as a constant, unchanging reminder of God's power and love for his people. So the stones were not just stones. They were a symbol, a reminder, a memorial to a miraculous event. They were the 12 tribes of Israel, the faithfulness of God and the power of his promises all rolled into one enduring monument. Fast forward to the present day, what can we learn from the story of the 12 stones? In a world that's constantly changing, the 12 stones serve as a timeless reminder of God's faithfulness and power. They stand as enduring testimonies, echoing through the ages, reaching us even here, in the 21st century. The story of the 12 stones isn't just about a physical monument in the Jordan River, it's about the human heart's capacity to remember, to recognize, and to give thanks for divine intervention. It's about acknowledging that our victories, our triumphs, and even our very existence, are not solely our own doing, but are underpinned by a power greater than ourselves. Just like Joshua and the Israelites, we too encounter rivers in our lives. Rivers of challenges, rivers of change, rivers of uncertainty, and just as they did, we too cross over, often with the help of a power that's beyond our understanding. It's in these moments that we need to set up our own stones, not necessarily literal stones but markers of memory, tokens of thankfulness, symbols of the divine support we've received. These stones can take many forms. They could be a journal entry, a photograph, a piece of art, or even a heartfelt conversation. The form is not as important as the intention behind it, to remember and to acknowledge. By setting up these stones, we create a legacy of faithfulness, not just for ourselves but also for the generations to come. They remind us and those who come after us that we are not alone in our journey. They remind us of our strength, our resilience, and our capacity to overcome. Most importantly, they remind us of the divine power that guides us, supports us, and enables us to cross our rivers. Just as Joshua and the Israelites did, we too can set up stones in our lives as reminders of God's faithfulness. Remember, each stone, each marker we set up, is not just a token of the past, but a beacon for the future. A beacon of hope, of resilience, and of divine faithfulness. So, what would your 12 stones look like? Just as Joshua placed 12 stones in the Jordan River as a memorial, we each have our own stones. Significant moments that mark God's faithfulness and power in our lives. These could be anything from overcoming a tough challenge, to experiencing a miraculous healing, or simply being touched by an overwhelming sense of peace in a moment of fear. These stones serve to remind us of God's hand in our lives, His provision, and His unending love for us. They are our personal memorials, a testament to the journey we've walked with Him. But remember, these stones are not just for us, they're also for others. They serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to God's faithfulness, a reminder that He is always with us, even in the most challenging times. What are the stones in your life that remind you of God's faithfulness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories.